I decided to do a part two to Moon in Sagittarius in the fifth house. So um, you could meet. It's a position where you could be a victim or a guru. I'm sorry, guru, an addict, somebody who's underprivileged, um, or homeless, or just victim somehow. Like maybe you can't keep a job, and this could cause you. This could affect you, especially when the moon period comes. It could sort of throw you right into the arms of like sort of a guru at fine arts. Or if you're in college, it could like you could meet someone who like this like a professor who is also a mentor, and they actually end up being, and to you they're like a mother figure, because that's the moon. Moon rules the 12th house, where you feel victim, underprivileged, could be homeless, right? All of these things are coming into the fifth house. Fifth house is the fine arts. It's the where you meet, where you go to college. The schooling after high school. That's fifth house. And then it's in Sagittarius of the guru, the counselor, the coach. Um, uh, um, so that's what happens here. Al Pacino has this, and that's what he went through, especially his moon period. He was, I guess from the research I did, he was, in trouble in school. His mother didn't really support him. She wasn't, I don't want to say support, but she wasn't favoring him going and being an actor. And, not long after this, he, was in trouble at school. Um, and he tried to get into this program, this acting program or something like that. And during this time, he was homeless. He wasn't employed. He suffered a lot of that. And at the same time, he met this acting coach. So that kind of thing happens, especially in Moon's period. And that acting coach really, is they do more for you than that. Just being an acting coach, they mother you somehow, right? They become that mentor. They become that support that you probably didn't get from your actual mother. That happens. Okay, you escape from reality by indulging in habits, children, or your education. Pretty self-explanatory. Um, but the thing to watch also is you may escape from reality or want to escape from reality because of your hobbies. Now, but again, he had this. He admitted to in '77 he got clean, but he admitted to alcohol and drug addiction because of his like overnight success, kind of sort of, all this attention he got from Godfather. So that made him turn to alcohol and drugs. That happens too. So you see how it could manifest those two different ways. So watch out for that. If you're gonna escape from reality, have a healthy way of doing it, and just know that that these things are possible if you do decide to get into acting and whatever your fifth house things are. Maybe it's education, right? Maybe this degree that you're getting is too much, right? It's too much weight on you, so now you want to go and escape. That happens too. So watch out. Just make sure it's try and find a healthy way of escaping. Um, you know, uh, uh, um, you know, uh, when I was saying escape from reality by indulging in hobbies, education, um, that's a rather healthy way of doing it. So you get on that stage and you act your ass off. In other words, you go to this other world, right? Especially with acting, You go to this other world, and you're not really dealing with reality. You make believe characters, make believe story, and all these kind of things. That happens because Moon rules the 12th house of escaping reality. 5th house is your hobbies. So you escape from reality by indulging in your hobbies. Me, already said that. Me turning to drugs. Already said that. Another thing, when I was talking about the acting, this is Al Pacino again. If you do get into acting, man, I really recommend roles where you playing the victim, because you actually played the shit in life. You didn't even play it. It was like your actual life. If you have displacement, you felt this way. From, you know, it could be from your mother. Maybe your mother pushed you away, right? So you want to deal with that. Maybe it's stressful, and maybe it caused you to be homeless or something like that. I think his mother, that's what happened. I think his mother didn't, like I said earlier, she wasn't feeling the whole acting thing, and either she put him out or he left home, something like that. But you see what I'm saying? Like, and then that made him, this 12th house thing. He became homeless. He started using alcohol and drugs at like 9, I think. But we all know Al Pacino is one of the greatest. We can go on and on about all his roles. And that's what I want to talk about. 2 of his roles that stand out to me is Scarface. And it's not going to be because of what everybody thinks of him, when they think of that role. He actually plays a victim in that role. If you really look at the whole movie, look at the end of that movie. Like really, like how it's summed up and the whole conclusion of the movie. Don't fall victim to the lifestyle. Don't fall victim to wanting to escape reality. His lifestyle was not reality. Being, this drug kingpin and all this stuff. He didn't want to deal with that no more. He didn't want to deal with reality. So he created this make-believe lifestyle and became victim to it. And see how he played that role really good. That's why I want to say to you, if you have this and if you're thinking about acting, play roles where you are victim to something. Like the role is like this addict, or they're victim to some kind of relationship, some lifestyle, and the victim, it wants to just not deal with reality somehow. So they want to create this make-believe world through this relationship, through this lifestyle, through this addiction. That's what he did. That's what that role really was about. That's what I got from it. And I'm tying it to this placement, and I'm tying it to you. And actually real life, not just not just with acting, but if you really feel like this in real life, it's about finding a creative way to channel that bullshit. Channel that life where you feel like you want to get away from reality and don't want to deal with what reality is. Find a artistic, or find some hobby to where you can throw that shit into, to where you can escape to. Then his other role was Sin of a Woman. I still didn't watch this shit all the way through. But that's another role where, yeah, I really recommend that. And he, from what I saw, he really did good with that. I think he got an award for it. You see, he played this underprivileged person. He was blind. That's the 12th house. And he actually lived this. He lived to where he, didn't want to deal with reality, but he had to deal with it. And then, you know what I mean? He found a way to pour it into an artistic channel, artistic means, a hobby. And so as some of those roles where he plays this victim or this underprivileged person, it's not really acting. If you look at it, for him, he lived it. He lived it, and those are some of the best performances that you could give, some that you can personally relate to, that you've been through. So he actually lived this. But he plays this underprivileged role. He's can't see. He had Matthew Broderick, I think that's his name. The little boy, the little boy had to come in and help him and be his caregiver or something like that. Yet this was one of his best performances. See how he threw that same underprivileged, that homeless in the back of his mind. Man, I've been here before. I've been here before. And so he could relate to it that well. And he did one of his best performances in the fifth house. Of being on stage, attracting attention. All right, peace.